Today's video is probably one that a lot of people have been waiting for a while, as a while back I announced that we are going to be adding a new farm animal to our homestead, and I know it's taken me a long time to get to this point. I'm sorry, I've had a lot going on, but I'm finally ready to announce to you what that is. But first, we're going to clean out our woodshed because this is where we're going to put this animal temporarily until we are able to build a permanent enclosure and maybe even barn for them.
Nice. Good. That's good.
And just a heads up, we are building this out of 100% free and repurposed materials. It's nothing fancy. We're just trying to throw it together so we can be prepared for this animal and have a place for them. So nothing is going to be level or square or anything. My husband told me that people on our YouTube channel are going to think he's a horrible builder because of some of the things that he has had to throw together with scrap wood, but I constantly remind him that he built our house, and our house is very well done, and it's not finished yet, but he did a great job. So I constantly have to remind him that just because sometimes he has to throw some podunk structure together doesn't make him a bad builder. So if you've been here for a while and you've seen some videos of our house, please leave me a comment for my husband and tell him what you think of his craftsmanship, because he did the designing of the plans with help from me, of course, and from his dad, who is a carpenter. So anyways, back to the building. So the reason that we are using our woodshed for these animals is because winter's almost over and we can get by without the woodshed at this point. If we need to cover up some wood with a tarp, then we can do so. But the main reason is because we want them close to the house. These animals that we're bringing home are babies, and not only will we be bottle feeding them multiple times a day for several months, but they also need to be close to the house so we don't have to worry about predators. And they will also be close to the power so we can provide them with a heat lamp if needed. We try to include our kids in all of the projects that we do around the homestead, especially my son. We like to have him help my husband. That way he can learn how to do things when he gets older. Now what we're doing here is we are just patching up the holes that the animal could get out under the building, because the building is not on fully level ground and it is sitting on cinder blocks, so the animal would easily be able to crawl out. And if you are wondering what the animal is, you're going to find out here pretty soon, but why don't you throw some guesses down in the comments with the timestamp so I can see everybody's thoughts and ideas before we get to the end. This animal was actually something that my husband wanted. It's something that I never in a million years thought he would want. We've had them before, but not the same kind. So, are you ready to find out what they are? They're hungry. They're really hungry. Come on, goaties. Well, if you guessed goats, you were right, but they're not just any goats. These goats are going to be pack goats, and the breed we got are Alpines, and that is because they are very big and sturdy and tall, and they can pack more weight than just any old goat. So we got them as bottle babies because that is how the breeder sells them, she doesn't want you to pick them up any later than 4 weeks old, because when you are doing bottle babies, they become attached to you and it makes them so much more personable and easy to train to be pack goats. Normally, I wouldn't support taking an animal from its mom at a younger than necessary age, but in this case, it really is necessary if you want to have a good string of pack goats that has respect for you and follows you and listens to you. It just makes the training process a lot easier, and we will be documenting the whole training process and how we take care of them and stuff like that. So there will be some videos on my channel from here on out about our pack goats. And in case you were wondering, we didn't actually finish the pen before we got them home. My husband had been too busy with work, so when we got them home, we actually just screwed up 3 boards across the top to keep them in. As you can see, baby goats are a lot of fun. They love jumping and bouncing off of everything, and we are spending so much time with them, trying to get them used to us, touching them everywhere, all down their legs, picking up their feet, and just overall getting them used to being handled all the time. You may recognize this wood that we're using here. This is actually our firewood rack that we built several videos back, and now we are repurposing it into the front wall, door, and some feeding stalls for the goats. We won't be getting any more firewood for a while, so we don't need it anymore at this time. We're building these little stalls so that when the goats are feeding, they don't knock each other off of their bottles and one gets more than the other. When they are completely finished, they will have doors in the back to keep them in, but what we've been doing is just having the kids help keep them in their own individual stall while we're feeding. We are also going to be making some buckets for their feeders instead of the bottles that we've been using. Those are just temporary, and I'm probably going to do a whole video just about our feeding setup that we come up with. So this whole thing that we have built here has cost us absolutely nothing. We have used 100% scrap wood, repurposed wood, even repurposed screws. I guess we did actually have to buy some hinges and a latch for the door because we couldn't find anything that we could repurpose on our homestead for that, but that was small potatoes compared to how much money we could have ended up spending on this if we would have had to buy all of the materials. As you can see, the baby goats are just enjoying the company and love helping, if that's what you want to call it. They are very curious animals, and they do like to get in the way a lot, but they are so cute and so personable, and we are so excited for this whole journey of raising them up and training them into be pack goats. They will just not only be a pack goat to us, but they will be a pet and a companion that we bring hiking with us and get to bring on hunting trips with us to help us pack out our animals. And it's not just hunting trips, we can bring them on backpacking trips, and they can help us pack in any gear that we may need for camping, and we can also just bring them on day hikes, which is how we will be doing most of their training, is by just bringing them on hikes with us and including them in our family activities. Another great thing about these stalls is it will help them get used to being in a tight quarters or tight space, and that will be good for any time that we're transporting them, because when they get bigger, they probably won't have as much room when we're transporting them, and we'll be able to put them into smaller crates or cages if necessary. And it will also help for the female, because I would like to probably milk her one day. And so getting her used to being in something that's kind of like a stanchion is great for them, especially from the time that they are babies. So I really like this stall setup that my husband came up with, and I think it's going to be a good thing for them all around. So this is what we were able to throw together with some free materials, and like I said, it's not done yet, but this is what we have so far, and it's pretty functional at this point. It's not pretty and it's not square, but that's what you get when you're using free and reclaimed materials most of the time. If you enjoy all things homesteading, from cooking from scratch to farm animals, outdoor projects, firewood cutting, heavy equipment jobs, and now pat goats, make sure you like and subscribe so you can see more.